W, if you take Banky W and Wizkid, for instance.
Exactly. Banky W looks like a... I mean, he even look like a manager. Like the way he dresses is just like manager.
It's Banky W.
Like even the way he moves, like it's like you know P Diddy. Like that's Banky W. Banky W is the P Diddy of Nigeria. Okay. He just looks like it. It looks like the guy that would go and get you the right deal. Like it just looks like. I don't even know why he was singing. I don't know why he sings, but his tracks are like dope. Like there's no.
Nah, of course
they're dope. Like dope. But I'm just saying, like
he's got some of the biggest tracks.
He seems to thrive. I mean, look at what he did to Wizkid.
Yeah, he made Wizkid anyway.
And then look at Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy is the Dash of Nigeria. Like Don Jazzy.
No, but Jazzy even have more. Dash can produce anyway. Them can produce anyway.
No, but them Dash. Yeah, I'm just saying, like in terms of the business, like,
the business aspect. Yeah.
Look at what them Jazzy has been able to do for Afrobeat in Nigeria.
And Dbanj fucked up by leaving him.
Oh, yeah, no, but Dbanj is again. Dbanj is Jay-Z. Just think about it.
No, but Jay made it.
No, but wait.
Dbanj left and didn't make it.
No, he would tell you differently. We would say he didn't.
What do you mean? The evidence. When was the last time you heard a hit from him?
Because the guy is probably tired of making songs.
What do you mean? He dropped. You see, even this year, he has a track out, right?
I know, yeah, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is like when you
let me put it this way, yeah. It's like when those days, right? That combo of Missy and and Timbaland,
yeah,
right? That combo just worked. Now, unfortunately, even when that combo they went away, Missy was still able to do his song.
They never went
Timbaland.
away.
No, I'm just saying like when they went out.
They just went and did different projects.
Saying, yes, but I'm saying like they were still successful.
But they were together though. They went like Missy. That's what the thing about. That's what pains me as a fan when I look at Don Jazzy and Dbanj. This is what pains me. Like the way they went about it is what pains me as a fan. Like you didn't have to do that.
That's
what
I'm saying.
To fight. You didn't have to look. I get both sides. Really, if you address the situation of what made them separate, I get it. Dbanj wanted to conquer the world. Don Jazzy is saying, there's a piece of pie that we've caught out for ourselves and it's quite big. And we still can get the whole pie here. And Dbanj is saying, listen, man, let me go out there and see what I can grab too. We've got a pie here. We know we always have this place, but let me go out there and see what I can get.
He came back and then he realized that guy that can't even talk is on there now, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing. But this is what pains me. It's that you could have done that, both of you, and still be cool and cordial with each other, that you can still lend supporting hands. Because they break up a beautiful thing. Like they like although
Jazzy still survived.
Yeah, but do you know what? Did he though?
Yeah, he had his own little tracks that were actually quite dope.
But did he though? Because
now you could say maybe with the Dbanj combo, they could have been
that's the question.
A different stratosphere.
That's what I'm saying. Did he though? Because Don Jazzy is really successful. Let's not ignore that part. Like Don Jazzy wouldn't. I mean, even his kids, I probably would not need for nothing.
But Dbanj is still alright.
Yeah, and Dbanj is like even Dbanj's kids probably need for nothing.
But we're talking about the music influence. It's not there anymore. Dbanj's influence is not there anymore.
Yeah, but Dbanj without Don Jazzy didn't have music influence anyways. To be honest, I'm telling you from the start. To be honest with you, like so when you talk about the influences, forget that part because the band never really added. The band was the artist, and Don Jazzy was the guy pushing the artist. Okay, what Don Jazzy has been able to prove to the rest of us is that listen, I never needed Dbanj. Okay, I just it's like my star player leaving. Yeah, that's fine, but I got all the players. I got all the players. That's what Don Jazzy was able to prove to us. But those combo though, like if Dbanj and Don, could you imagine where Afrobeat would be today? Like, and then just imagine what was it? It wasn't called Marvin Records, was it? It was called something else. I think because Marvin Records is what
Dbanj what Don Jazzy got now. Yeah.
But if you look at it and they had one that Coco.
Yeah, the Coco, whatever it was called anyway.
No, that's Coco Mansion and Coco Let.
Yeah,
that was the Dbanj's thing. That was the Dbanj's. That was the record label. But could you imagine what would have been right now though? Like that they would have been because they were almost on the verge of something huge, and they just took their foot off the gas because they couldn't agree with each other.
No. Well, that combo anyway, like that. What's More Hits record?
Yeah, more. Even with the name, More Hits records. Like, imagine that. Like, but it is what it is. To be honest with you, Don Jazzy, what he's done for Afrobeat is unprecedented. Like, you just can't ignore it. And same with Dbanj, you can't ignore history. Like, Dbanj has done a lot of stuff for Afrobeat. P Square. I mean,
it's sad though.
It's not a sad thing. Like, dude they are successful. No. Even Dbanj dropping tracks right now that might not be. Dbanj is doing tracks. He's still picking clouds. Like, it can still pack crowds. It's still reaching millions on YouTube. Maybe not like those numbers, but
but that's what I'm saying. Is like what I'm trying to say is like the way Tuba have carved a niche for himself.
It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, but the way it ended, that's what I'm talking about though. If it had just been something that, like the way Tuba just with time just, become like plateaued, right? Tuba just plateaued, right?
Yeah, because it's giving so much.
But I'm just saying, like, but it's a nice. Tuba is on a nice.
It's a legend. It's a living legend.
And it's sad that Dbanj could have done that. Dbanj was more like a peak, a trough, and now
hold on. You cannot talk about Afrobeat and not mention Dbanj. It's just not, because he's the reason why we have Afrobeat today. Or it's one of the major reasons why we have Afrobeat.
It doesn't matter. It's like
it does.
It's like when you talk about, let's say, hip hop songs, right?
Yeah.
Right. Even though as trashy as Ice Baby is,
you can't talk about hip hop without him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
But the point is, he ain't a good rapper. That's what I'm trying to say. And all I'm trying to say is like that same people.
Wait, are you talking about Dbanj not being talented?
No, that's not what. That's not. No. I'm just using that as an example. That even though that song goes into, it's like, okay, let me maybe use Ghana as an example. You cannot talk about the biggest Ghanaian tracks of all time without talking about One Corner. One Corner transcended everywhere in Africa. Let's just be honest, right?
Yeah, what's that got to do with this though?
But Patapaa ain't a good artist.
We know that. What's that got to do with this?
Nobody's gonna talk about even the top 50 artists of any time.
Okay, let me not share my knowledge. Hold on,
talk about Dbanj,
because what you just said right now, you cannot. I would not let you put that in the same space as Dbanj. Because like, don't. Because One Corner, they call hit tracks. Okay?
Yes,
tracks that.
No, I'm using that as an example. What I'm saying is, if you look at Dbanj's 3 albums, right, and the More Hits,
classics,
right, you look at those 3 albums,
classics,
and you are like, fuck me. After those 3, and then when he left and he went to join Kanye for God knows why, it's like when P Square signed to Sony, it didn't make any sense, but they did. The point I'm trying to make is when he went to do that, right, we could see what I'm saying is like, it's easier to forget Dbanj. That's the point I'm trying to make.
If you forget Dbanj, in the genre of Afrobeat, it means you don't know Afrobeat.
No, forget the historians. You see that I keep saying that. Forget the historians, right? How many people do you think really in the last maybe 3-4 years really know Dbanj?
Of course none.
That's what I'm saying. But we still know Tuba. But Tuba haven't had any big hits in those 3-4 years.
No, wait, hold on.
But they'll still know Tuba by now.
That's you being very sentimental about certain things. And I'll tell you what I'm saying. Look, at some point, there was no Davido. At some point, there was no Wizkid.
But Wizkid has been around for about a decade.
It doesn't matter. Some point it's gonna be someone else replacing Wizkid.
Yes.
That's just how it works.
Yes.
That's just how it works with anything.
But if you go out on top
with the music industry.
What I'm saying, if you go on top, if it's like what I'm saying, like, there's a difference between you were having hits and then you dropped. And there's a difference between you were just there and people came to overtake you. Those are two different things. What happened to Dbanj was not that people came to overtake him. That's the point I'm trying to make.
That's why you can't forget him.
He dropped.
Yeah, but that's why you can't forget him.
And that's why we forget you, because you dropped.
Took a risk and it didn't work out. It doesn't take anything away from his talent. It doesn't take anything away.
Nobody's talking about that. That's why I used Patapaa as an example. It doesn't take away as shit as Patapaa is. It doesn't take away the fact that he's got hits.
Again, do not do that.
Patapaa has been,
look, and Dbanj are definitely not on the same level.
I'm not talking about
like,
them.
Because that's what you're doing. When you're trying to put Patapaa in this conversation, that's what you're doing.
No, like, I'm trying to let you appreciate something, that 2 of the biggest tracks, Akwaba don't even have much in it. two of the biggest tracks to have
and
ever
I can't
emerged.
take you serious right now. I really can't, because what you're trying to do right now is tell me about hits compared to a guy that's consistently gave you tracks that
3 albums. Consistently gave me 3 albums that were great.
You can still play now.
Yeah.
And you will know this is like, if they release, actually, you know what? Most of the Dbanj song, if they release it now, it will still be like what it was when they first released it. Okay, you won't be
I have a confession.
It was.
Don't take it personal.
You can't. Like, please don't. The only thing the band did wrong, if I thought we would call it wrong, he took a risk and it didn't pay off. That's it. And his compatriots didn't follow him. That was it. Because if, and I'm saying if Don Jazzy had listened to Dbanj, it would have worked out. I'm telling you, because it would have made it work. Because the two of them would have made it work. Don Jazzy is Dbanj is the reason why we have One The Call. What are you talking about?
No, they signed one to more hits, but One The Call is One The Call.
No, but it's the reason why we have One The Call. He was looking for arts like that. Don Jazzy and Dbanj is the reason why we have Davido, Wizkid, because they saw it was possible. They saw like, wait, so we could do this? Oh, so wait, we could just put like a small cardboard in some corner, get a mic, and the whole world will love what we'll come up with? Oh, okay, cool. I mean, Two-Face started it with African Queen. Of course it did. But with Two-Face, we were like, yeah, you're going to have to sing. Yeah, you're going to have some sort of image, you know, like, yeah, you're going to have, people have to love you, and this and that and the other. But when you saw Dbanj, though, you're like, who's this Ras kid? Like, what's this guy?
Dbanj was cool. Dbanj didn't come out. Dbanj was cool. What do you mean
Dbanj was cool? Like, Dbanj was
cool,
skinny?
Yeah, but he looked cool. Like, he dressed nice.
No, you say he looked cool because I don't think you understand. Like, Dbanj was the guy that was trying to get girls dressing all cool in Nigeria, but looks like he has no game. But his game was, you know, those shoes, those skinny stuff.
Yeah. He dressed nice.
He dressed nice. That's what I'm saying to you. Those are they call them woman power, whatever they call them in Nigeria. Like, those are the ones you go, yeah, this is just for the ladies. You know what I mean? And now Dbanj made it possible to go, don't just look at him as the ladies anymore. Look at him as, these guys are like, now, they're like the presidents now. People want to see them. And then behind that, or alongside that, comes P Square. Because Dbanj don't sing, bro. Remember that? He doesn't sing. Dbanj is not a singer. Dbanj is just a guy that just...
Dbanj is more like Nelly. It's like a singing thing.
No, it's like he's using normal voice. And then he's doing this thing. And then this thing is now, like, interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then this interesting thing is now really good as a song. And this song, everybody wants to listen to it. Suddenly, them girls are watching me. Like, the creativity that he brought to the table. No, you can't. You're making me go tell you the reason why. Like,
all I'm telling you is
even in Ghana, even in anywhere in Africa, you cannot talk about Afrobeat.
Nobody, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not mentioning. I know right now. It looks like,
if you're talking about the historians, if you're talking about, you know,
then if you're doing Afrobeat and you just think this is where it starts from,
it's not, that's what I'm saying.
Then you are cuckoo in the head.
No, we're not talking about if you think this is where it starts. We're talking about if you're talking about, like, I'm gonna be honest, right? If you meet anybody, if you start telling people, like, give for them to give you, let's say, their top 10 tracks in Afrobeats, right?
Of all time.
Yeah, of all time. And I'm talking about the new school people.
Dude, don't do that.
As a matter of fact, even if I take the new school, even people with old heads, right? If you ask them out of the back, right?
Yeah.
That your top 10, I don't think Dbanj will feature until, you know, when they finish. Hold on, when they finish,
I'm going crazy right
when
now.
They finish, and then you go, what? You're gonna say Oliver Twist didn't make it, and that kind of stuff. Dude, and that's when they're gonna go, whoa, how did I forget that?
Well, hold on. Let me tell you something.
I should have actually played. I should have asked you, and I bet you wouldn't have. How did Dbanj in there?
You should have, because right now, if I tell you I was,
of course,
I'm lying. Yeah. But I'm going, like, you know, one of those things where if you sit down as a hip hop head or whatever it is, and they say list the first 10 tracks of greatest song of all time. And it's like, you don't mention Biggie, you don't mention Tupac, you don't mention Eminem. It's almost like you don't mention Jay-Z. It's almost like, dude, or Big Pun. Like, dude, like, do you even know hip hop?
But
it's similar to what you just tell it right now. If you tell somebody, name your top 10 tracks of all time, and these names don't feature in it. P Square, don't feature in it at all. Dbanj and Don Jazzy, and I'm grouping them together. It don't feature in it at all. Wanda Cole does not feature in it at all. Yeah, or Davido have to feature in it, of course.
Davido has got some